Hey guys, tonight we will journey back to the heart of 17th century Central Africa, where the humid air hangs heavy with the scent of tropical blossoms and the distant rumble of drums signals both celebration and looming conflict. You are there, under a sky vast and unfamiliar, watching kingdoms rise and fall under the relentless pressure of burgeoning colonial powers. It's a place of incredible beauty and stark danger, where a wrong turn could mean encountering anything from a friendly trading party to, well, something you probably wouldn't survive. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And as you settle in, let me know in the comments where you're listening from and what time it is for you. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's relax and begin tonight's journey together. You are born into the powerful Ndongo kingdom, somewhere around 1583, a child of royalty in a land that feels both ancient and on the precipice of profound change. Your father, King Kiluanji Kiandambi, rules with a firm hand, but the encroaching Portuguese presence is a shadow, stretching longer with each passing year. A real buzzkill for the whole sovereignty vibe. You learn early on that power isn't just inherited, it's wielded, often with a sharpened wit and an unyielding will. It's a common historical fact that the Portuguese were aggressively expanding their influence along the Angolan coast, establishing Luanda as a key port for the burgeoning transatlantic slave trade. A quirky little detail is that your people, the Mbundu, had a sophisticated political structure where women often held significant power and influence, even before your remarkable reign. Historians still debate whether your early life experiences, particularly witnessing the increasing Portuguese aggression, truly forged your later unwavering anti-colonial stance, or if it was more a pragmatic response to immediate threats. You're growing up absorbing a quiet storm brewing behind observant eyes. Years later, you find yourself in the bustling, albeit uncomfortably Portuguese-controlled city of Luanda, tasked with a critical diplomatic mission. Your brother, Nolam Bondi, now king, sends you to negotiate a fragile peace. Imagine the scene. A stuffy room, the air thick with tension, and the Portuguese governor, João Correia de Sousa, offering you a mat on the floor to sit. A deliberate insult to undermine your royal status. But you, ever the strategist, refuse. With a flick of a wrist, a servant is summoned and another servant kneels to become your impromptu living chair, transforming a slight into a powerful display of your own authority. It's a common historical fact that this specific act of defiance became legendary, cementing your reputation as an astute and unyielding diplomat. A quirky piece of information often overlooked is that the act of a servant forming a seat for a royal was a recognized, though rare, display of extreme deference within some Central African courts, making your quick thinking both traditional and audacious. Historians still debate the exact wording of the peace treaty you forged during this visit, and how much of it was genuinely honored by either side, given the continuous conflict that followed. Back in Ndongo, tragedy strikes. Your brother dies, some whisper by his own hand, others by poison. You and Nzinga step into the void, assuming the mantle of queen. It's a heavy crown, adorned with the anxieties of a kingdom under siege. The Portuguese, ever opportunistic, refuse to recognize your claim, seeing a woman on the throne as a weakness to exploit. Oh, if only they knew. You immediately face the immense challenge of rallying a fractured people against a technologically superior foe. It's a common historical fact that upon your ascension, you faced internal dissent from within, Ndongo's nobility, as well as external pressure from the Portuguese. A quirky detail is that some accounts suggest you even had to overcome a power struggle with a male contender to solidify your rule, showing your early tenacity. Historians still debate the extent to which traditional Mbundu gender roles influenced the initial skepticism you faced as a female ruler, despite the historical precedent of powerful women in the region. You find yourself navigating a political minefield, with every step a calculated risk. As queen, you quickly prove to be a military genius, not just a diplomat. You understand that direct confrontation with the Portuguese firepower is often a fool's errand. Instead, you employ guerrilla tactics, using the dense forests and rivers of your homeland to your advantage, making their well-drilled columns look a bit like lost tourists on a jungle safari. You forge crucial alliances, most notably with the fearsome Imbangala warriors, known for their disciplined fighting and, well, let's just say times unconventional, times societal structures. It's a common historical fact that you strategically formed an alliance with the Imbangala, integrating their military prowess into your forces, A quirky piece of information is that the Imbangala practiced a form of ritualistic adoption, where children, even those captured from other groups, were fully incorporated into their society, often through a coming-of-age ceremony that involved their formidable military training. Historians still debate the long-term impact of this alliance on your own Mbundu cultural practices, particularly regarding the Imbangala's more militaristic and hierarchical social structures. You are fighting not just a war, but a psychological battle, proving your leadership through sheer audacity. Your life takes a fascinating turn as you engage with the Portuguese on another battlefield, religion. You convert to Christianity, adopting the name Ana de Sousa, a gesture that seems utterly baffling to some, but to you it's just another tool in your diplomatic arsenal. You even briefly form an alliance with the Portuguese, a move that must have had your closest advisors needing a stiff drink. Remember that dramatic mat incident? This is a different kind of cunning. It's a common historical fact that you adopted Christianity and even formed a temporary alliance with the Portuguese. A quirky detail often overlooked is that during this period, you actively sought to learn Portuguese and understand their culture, even writing letters to the Pope, demonstrating a sophisticated approach to international relations. Historians still debate the sincerity of your conversion, with some arguing it was a purely political maneuver to gain an advantage against the Portuguese, while others suggest a genuine, albeit fluctuating, spiritual element. You are a chameleon, adapting your outward appearance while your inner resolve remains unshakable. The struggle continues, and eventually, the shifting sands of politics lead you to a new beginning. When the Portuguese prove unreliable allies and your original kingdom of Ndongo becomes too dangerous, you pivot. You abandon Ndongo and establish a new formidable kingdom in Matamba, absorbing the neighboring state and consolidating your power. It's a bit like moving your headquarters to a more strategically advantageous location, only with more spears and less paperwork. This relocation allows you to continue your resistance against the Portuguese, building a stronger base. It's a common historical fact that you moved your capital to Matamba and expanded its influence, making it a major power in the region. A quirky piece of information is that the kingdom of Matamba had a tradition of female rulers and a matriarchal lineage, which likely facilitated your consolidation of power there, a welcome change from some of the earlier resistance you faced in Ndongo. Historians still debate the precise population demographics of Matamba during your reign, and how effectively you integrated the various ethnic groups into a cohesive state. You are not just ruling a kingdom, you are building a legacy, piece by painstaking piece. Years turn into decades, and the relentless pressure of conflict begins to show. You are older now, but no less determined. After years of continuous warfare and shifting alliances, you finally negotiate a lasting peace treaty with the Portuguese in 1657. It's a monumental achievement, a testament to your endurance and strategic brilliance. This treaty recognizes Matamba's independence and secures trade routes, ensuring the future of your people. It's a common historical fact that the peace treaty of 1657 brought an end to decades of conflict between Matamba and the Portuguese. A quirky detail is that a key part of the treaty involved the return of enslaved Mbundu people from Portuguese captivity, a humanitarian clause you fiercely advocated for. Historians still debate the long-term effectiveness of this treaty in truly curbing Portuguese territorial ambitions, given the continued colonial expansion in the region after your death. You have fought, schemed, and sacrificed, ultimately securing a moment of precious peace for your people. Now, as the sun begins its slow descent on your remarkable life, you are no longer a warrior queen perpetually on the battlefield, but a matriarch solidifying the foundations of your kingdom. You focus on rebuilding, fostering trade, and ensuring stability for Matamba. You die peacefully in 1663, at the ripe old age of 80, leaving behind a legacy that reverberates through the centuries. You were a figure of immense power and cunning, a true force of nature in a world dominated by men and empires. It's a common historical fact that Queen Nzinga is celebrated as a symbol of resistance and national pride in Angola. A quirky piece of information is that her elaborate funeral was a significant event showcasing the wealth and respect she commanded, with mourners traveling from far and wide. Historians still debate the degree to which your individual agency, as opposed to broader geopolitical forces, truly shaped the trajectory of Central African history during this tumultuous period. Your story, a tapestry woven with courage, diplomacy, and unwavering resolve, concludes, leaving an indelible mark on the annals of time. As we gently drift away from the tumultuous landscapes of 17th century Angola, allow your mind to release the echoes of conflict and the complexities of power. Imagine the soft rustle of leaves in the night breeze, a calm quiet settling over the ancient lands you've just explored. The struggles and triumphs of Queen Nzinga, a figure of such profound strength and strategic brilliance, now recede into the gentle mists of history, her legacy a whispered testament to human endurance. There's a comforting stillness in remembering how even amidst great challenges, moments of peace and profound influence can be carved out. Let the last lingering images of a powerful queen, a vibrant culture, and the vast starlit African sky softly dissolve, making way for the tranquility of a peaceful night. You are safe, warm, and ready to rest now. Sweet dreams.